All right, today we're diving into something truly, truly breathtaking. The ancient temple murals of Kerala in southern India. And I mean, these aren't just pretty pictures on a wall. Nope, they are epic stories painted with materials that literally come from the earth itself. But, and this is the crucial part, this incredible legacy is facing a very real, very modern threat of being wiped out. So let's get into it. Just look at this. I mean, the sheer scale and beauty. For centuries, these murals have been a core part of the sacred architecture in Kerala. And we're not just talking temples and palaces. They've even been found in some ancient churches, which is this really unique fusion of artistic traditions, you know? They completely transform stone into this living, vibrant canvas for the divine. They were designed to be experienced, not just looked at. Yeah, so to really get what these paintings are all about, you have to think of them as living, breathing stories. They're just so deeply woven into the cultural and religious fabric of the region. It's a tradition that's been handed down, artist to artist, through the generations. And this art form goes way, way back. We're talking over 1,000 years to the Chera dynasty, but it really hit its stride during the Bhakti devotional movement, a time of really intense religious feeling. In fact, most of the murals that still survive today, they come from this super prolific period between the 16th and 19th centuries. And that leads us right up to now, the 21st century, which is this critical moment of rediscovery and revival, but also immense, immense risk. Okay, and here's something that is just so cool. These murals aren't just individual paintings. They work as a continuous narrative canvas. They're often painted in these connected panels that literally wrap around the temple's inner sanctum. What does that mean? It means a devotee can actually walk through the great epics, like the Ramayana or the Mahabharata, following the story scene by scene as they go about their rituals. It's a completely immersive spiritual experience. So what is it that makes these paintings so incredibly special? Well, a huge part of the magic is in the method. I mean, how they were made. Let's take a look at the materials and the unbelievable process that goes into creating just one of these masterpieces. So get this. The artists traditionally used a palette of only 5 colors. It's known as Panchavarna. But here's the mind-blowing part. Every single pigment comes from nature. We're talking red and yellow from different kinds of soil, green from minerals, blue from the indigo plant, pure white from lime, and black, that comes from the soot they collected from oil lamps. They are literally painting with the earth. And it doesn't even stop with the pigments. The binders, the stuff that makes the paint stick and last for centuries, are also completely organic. The artists would create these extracts from local plants, like the Onjavali vine or the bale fruit, and mix it all with tender coconut water. I mean, this is a technique that is in perfect harmony with its environment. It's incredible. Now, before a single drop of paint even touches the wall itself has to be transformed. It's this super meticulous 3-stage process. First, they apply a coarse plaster. Then comes a second, finer layer, but this time it's mixed with cotton fibers to create this perfectly smooth white base. And for the final layer, they mix quicklime with tender coconut juice and polish it until it's as smooth as butter. Only then is the canvas considered worthy of the divine stories it's about to tell. But, and this is a big but, here's where our story takes a really sharp and kind of heartbreaking turn. This incredible artistic heritage, built with so much care and natural wisdom, is in very real danger of just disappearing forever. Murder of art, it's a powerful and really disturbing thing to hear, right? But that's exactly how conservationists are describing what's happening to these murals, often in the name of restoration. It turns out that some of the most well-intentioned efforts are actually causing the most irreversible damage. And this right here, this shows you the problem perfectly. On one side, you've got the original. See those subtle, earthy colors? Those complex, graceful figures that just feel like they belong in the temple's spiritual atmosphere. And then on the other side, you have the repainting. It's done with these garish, bright, modern poster paints, often by untrained signboard artists. The figures are simplified, they look almost cartoonish. One observer even said it makes the sacred space look less like a temple and more like a recreational park. Just devastating. So, you see, the threats are coming from all directions. It's not just one thing. You've got active destruction, people literally whitewashing or even sandblasting these ancient walls to clean them. And then you have this slow burn of passive neglect, damage from soot, leaky roofs, bad electrical wiring, or even temple officials just using these halls filled with priceless art, as storage rooms for junk. It's unbelievable. Yeah, and the urgency of all this is captured perfectly by the Indologist Dr. David Schulman. He basically warns that if action isn't taken immediately, these treasures, which are a vital part of India's national heritage, are going to disappear for good. It is a race against time. But there is hope, and it's a really good story. There's a dedicated group of conservationists, and they're using this amazing blend of modern science and ancient knowledge to save these murals. So let's see how they're rescuing history, literally one brushstroke at a time. Okay, so true conservation is nothing like that disastrous repainting we saw. It's a painstakingly scientific process, and it's all rooted in a deep, deep respect for the original artist. It's not about repainting, it's about preserving. It all starts with gently, carefully removing centuries of grime with soft brushes and organic solvents. Then they have to stabilize the structure itself. And when it comes to color, they reintegrate it only in the damaged areas, to honor the original artist's hand. And finally, a protective, and this is key, reversible coating is applied to shield it from any future damage. So to fix the cracks, the conservators had to find a filler material that wouldn't damage the original plaster. So what did they do? They experimented with several traditional natural binders, and they found it. The winning formula was a mixture of lime and bale fruit extract. It turned out to be the most durable and the most effective, a solution that came from the very same environment that produced the art in the first place. Now, for really serious damage, we're talking deep cracks or spots where the plaster is actually bulging away from the wall, they use this incredibly delicate injection technique. That same lime and bale fruit mixture is carefully injected behind the paint layer. It stabilizes the whole structure from the inside out. I mean, this is incredibly precise work that requires just immense skill. So this story isn't just about saving the past. Beyond just preservation, this ancient art form is actually experiencing a fascinating revival. It's finding a new life and a new voice, right here in the 21st century. What's happening is that contemporary artists are now taking these traditional techniques and moving the art from the temple walls onto canvas. And this does two things. Not only does it keep all those amazing skills and styles alive, but it also makes this art, which was once pretty exclusive to sacred spaces, accessible to a much wider global audience. So what's behind this modern renaissance? Well, it's really a combination of a few key things. First, you have dedicated schools like the Guruvayur Devaswam Institute that are passing these ancient methods on to a new generation. Second, government and cultural organizations are stepping in to promote the art through things like workshops and exhibitions. And finally, the rise of cultural tourism has created a real market for this work, and that means artists can actually make a living keeping this incredible tradition alive, which is huge. So, after all that, we're left with this really powerful and kind of tricky question. As this incredible art form is pulled back from the brink of extinction, it kicks off a whole new debate. Is its future best served by being perfectly and unchangingly preserved inside a temple? Or is it better served by evolving, by moving onto canvas and into the modern world? Who gets to decide? It's definitely something to think about.